sun shines bright as it moves across my face. I feel the light and everything is in its place. Oh, I woke up feeling great. Today was made for me, and life is good the way it should, the way it was meant to be. And it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. The wind is blowing, the bells are ringing, children playing in the park while birds are singing. I am walking, and I am laughing, Life is perfect, I'm not trying, it's just happening. And it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
It is indeed a beautiful day. Welcome out, everybody. I can see there's a bunch of you on here already. Be sure to say hello in the chat if you get a chance, and we're going to get started on something a little bit different today. So back before we started these live masterminds, which I think we're, about 6 or 7 weeks in now, I sent out a survey and I asked people, what is it that you would like to talk about? And, YouTube obviously came up, and Facebook and social media and Google business profiles and all those things popped up. But oddly, one of the things that popped up was go high level or high level. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to explain that in a minute. But I was really surprised to see that as something people said they wanted to talk about, because it wasn't something that I put as an option. It was something that they wrote in. They said, I want to talk about go high level. And I was laughing because, well, I hadn't really told anybody that I was doing anything with Go High Level yet. I had just barely begun to start using it. And, well, people said they wanted to talk about it. And I said, well, that's great. But, of course, I was brand new at it and still pretty much brand new. It's only been a few weeks since then. But I'm pretty good with a lot of the things in it, and I'm learning a lot about it. And if you don't know what it is, let me kind of explain. From a business owner's standpoint, what this is this is a suite of online marketing tools and customer service management or customer relationship management that is really, it's an incredible product, because it does so many things. And when I say so many things, I'm talking, it does your customer management. So it's going to put in all your customers so that you've got them there. You can build pipelines and all that kind of stuff. So if you're a business, let's say, that does a lot of contracting, you can put or let's say your sales, even better. If you do sales, you can put somebody into a pipeline, cold leads, warm leads, first, had the first meeting, closed, and you can do all of that kind of stuff that you would do with things like Pipedrive and other tools. But it does so much more, because it does all of your text message marketing, including automations. It does your email marketing, including automations. It does social media management. So if you want to plan out your social media, and you can do all that stuff, you can have AI help you create the stuff. You can schedule it all out. I mean, it's a really good tool. Like, most of the time when you have these multi-faceted things like this, they've got all the tools, but maybe the tools are This is actually a really good tool. In fact, right now it's one of a couple of my most preferred tools, because we actually do use a few of them. but this one has some features that others don't, and I find it to be very, very quick compared to a lot of the other ones, and I'll show you why in a minute. And of course, if you guys have any questions while we're doing this, throw them into the chat. That's why I keep turning my head over here, because the chat is over on this monitor. I've got, believe it or not, I've got 4 monitors here, so I have to look over at the number 4 monitor when I'm doing this to see if anybody's got any questions. But feel free to throw them in there. But in addition, it does your social media management, it does your reputation management, and what I mean by that is you can follow up on your reviews that come in from places like Google or Facebook. You can follow up on messages that come in from those platforms. Of course, Google's messaging platform, they've killed that about a month ago, but it allows you to see all of those things right in there and respond to them. This is something really cool. I don't know how many of you know what Yext is, Y-E-X-T. We're going to talk about that a tiny bit here. Yext is a very, very powerful program. And what it does is you put in your information, your name, your address, your phone number, your website, your pictures, the services that you provide, just like you would put into Google Business Profiles, but you put it in Yext, and what Yext does is it syncs with Google Business Profiles, makes sure that all that information stays the same, and then Yext goes and puts all that information on places like Yellow Pages and Super Pages and Dexnose and Hot Frog and Merchant Circle, and you name it, it puts it on all of those things. And Yext is a fantastic program, but from an agency standpoint and from a user standpoint, it can be a little bit expensive and a little bit cumbersome. And what I mean by that is, as an agent for Yext, I had to pay for 5 businesses, even if I didn't have 5 businesses to work with yet. If I only had 1, if I had none, I had to pay for 5 businesses, and I think I had to pay 6 months of those 5 businesses up front in order to turn around and sell them and use them for other businesses. Well, they've got a deal with Go High Level. You can do it for individual clients, and you can get it for $30 per client. And you don't have to buy 5. You don't have to pay months up front. You pay $30 and you charge a client $50 or $60, and you just doubled your money. And if they decide to quit next week, you can shut it down, and there's no requirement that you do it for months. So it's a very, very powerful platform. And for any business owners that are on here, it is an excellent, excellent program. I've been using it for my personal local business, and will continue to do that. But the other side of this is for those of you on here that are agency owners. This is an amazing tool because you can do all of that stuff we talked about for your agency, but you can bring your clients in underneath you, and you can have them do the same thing for them, and you can manage it, or they can manage it, however you want to work it. You can tell them, you can give them just this feature and just that feature if you want. You can give them the whole thing if you want. But what's great about it is the cost as an agency, and there's different levels for agencies. But basically, if you buy the agency platform, and let's say you buy the one, I think one of them is like $400 a month, and you get one client, you can already charge them $400 or $500 a month. They're already paying for your agency account with one client like that. I mean, it's incredible. And of course, you get 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 clients. And if you try to do this basically as a service, as a software provider, you don't even have to do anything. You basically sell it to them. Maybe you train them, maybe you help them, but you don't have to do anything. Or if you want, you can do it as services, and you can provide the social media and whatnot. So it's up to you how you want to do that. But it's an incredible platform, and I want to show it to you guys right now. And as I said, if you have questions as we're doing this, throw the questions out there. We'll be glad to answer them as they come through. So let me flip over to our screen here. So this is the high-level platform, and let me move that over there just a touch. All right. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. So what we have here, this is just your integration page here. So you can see on the left-hand side, there's a lot of different menu items, and there's a lot of things you can do. And by the way, there are a lot of things that I have no idea how to do yet, that I have not done, that I have not tried, that I may not even have seen in here yet. But for the stuff that I've done so far, it's incredible, and there's a whole bunch more that you can do with this than even I know. But what we're basically selling is we're selling the software and providing the social media marketing services. We're helping them with websites, because I didn't even mention that. You can create your websites in here. So if you've ever used something like a Squarespace or something like that, it's got that kind of web builder built in here. And it's actually pretty good. You can build landing pages, you can build surveys, you can build funnels. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. But so here, this is where you're going to connect things, okay? So you're going to connect your Google Business Profile. You can connect your Apple stuff. You can connect your widgets. You can connect Stripe. You can see I haven't connected a lot of stuff to this particular one because there hasn't been any need for it. But you can connect that. Yext, as I mentioned, you can even connect it to WordPress so that, if you're making websites, you can actually have them run on your WordPress site. You can add your team members in here and all of that stuff. I won't go too far into that. You kind of get the idea of what that does there. But what we want to do is we want to go down into the actual software here because there's a whole bunch that you can deal with. So you've got a dashboard here. This is where, depending on what you're using, you're going to see a lot of your feedback and of the things that are going on here. I don't have much going on this particular one, so you're not going to see much on this page here anyway, because I'm not using this one. This is for an actual local business. It doesn't use pipelines. It's not the type of business where we're trying to get people into cold leads, warm leads, and all that. And that's not what this particular business does. So we're probably never going to see any of that activity on here. Coming down here, the first one is your conversations. Okay, so you can see right here, these are your conversations, and you can see this one's from a 5-star review from Google. So we can click on that, and we can make sure that we respond to that. We can see we got a Facebook one here. This is one of those classic Facebook warnings because they're going to shut down my Facebook page every 5 minutes. But all of these messages are in here, and we can go in and we can reply to them. We can see them, we can manage them, okay? All of that from one platform right here, which is really nice, the fact that you can do this. Again, I wish Google kept their messaging platform because we used to get quite a few messages from the Facebook platform, but now they don't do it anymore, it's kind of sad, but what are you going to do, right? So these are your unread messages. Here are just your recent messages, whether you've replied to them or not, and then you've got ones that you've starred, which I haven't really starred any, and then you've got all here. So this is going to show every single thing in there. So that's your messaging platform. Nice and easy from one location. And then we can come down here. We can go to calendars. And I haven't really used the calendar in here very much because, again, this particular business, the calendar doesn't mean a whole lot. But potentially it could in some ways. But this is where you would put any of your calendar items in. Okay, you can set appointments in here. So it's got the ability to do appointments. And of course, you can do your calendar settings over here as well. Sorry, my internet takes forever to load, probably because I'm doing a live video here. But you get the idea. So you can see, like I said, we don't really use calendars for this particular one, but this is where you would do your calendar settings, your groups, your service menus, rooms, equipment, things like that. Okay. So again, if you were a sales business, this would be a big thing for you. If you were a business like a plumbing business where you go out on appointments, this would be a big deal. Things like restaurants where people are going to be, if you had a fast food restaurant, it probably wouldn't make sense. Nobody's making reservations and things, and that's kind of the way it works here. It is not going to make much difference for that. Now this is where the real power is, contacts, okay? So this is where you bring in all of your contacts. And inside here, you can manage these guys in a lot of different ways. So you can put them, you can do bulk actions on them. You can put them into groups. You can group them by business. So in this case here, right now, this one is just all the customers from this particular client. And you can see there's 7,600 people on this one, which is pretty good. Now from here, this is where you can do your emailing and your text message marketing. So if I wanted to do text marketing, I could include, like, let's say this here, 20 records, because I did the first page, which, by the way, I usually set this to 100 instead of 20, but we'll do that for now. So we can come in here and we can hit send SMS, and this would allow us to do a text message, like visit today for $10 off, whatever you happen to do for this particular business. You'd put that in there. You can schedule them at a scheduled time. You can set them into drip mode, or you can send them all at once, and then you just give it a name down here. So this is literally just for your convenience later. You give it a name so you know what it is. So I usually do it by the date, or if it's a holiday thing, I'll put a holiday, something like that. Doesn't really matter. It's just for your purposes. And then you would just hit send SMS, and it would send it out. Now the same thing, you can do your emailing from in here too. So you click on email. You can choose a template if you've got one in there. Now, I don't do my emailing from this particular one just because I already have this group in my Aweber, but most likely I will switch it over to here because there are good reasons to do so. So that might save us some money from the Aweber thing after a while. So we're going to eventually do that. But you do all your emailing from in here. Again, you can give it a name down here, give it a subject, put in your email, and boom, you'll be able to send out the emails to your clients. Now, this is not just for marketing purposes, like sending out an email to 7,600 people or sending out a text message to 7,600 people. This would include any automated type stuff too. So, for instance, let's say you had you were doing a survey for your business, and you had the company or the clients hit a survey, and then at the end of the survey, you wanted to send them a text message. You'd set those automations up in here as well. So it'd be that kind of thing. You can set it up where if they buy a product from you, you could have a certain text message sent out. So it's an automation system as well. One of the really cool ones is a missed call text back. So let's say somebody calls your business and you're not there, it will actually send them a text message and say, hey, we got your message, we'll call you back as soon as possible. Feel free to head to our website and check out this or that. So you can do that kind of stuff. So all these different automations can be done in here as well. And of course, you got all your normal tools. You can add tags to people, you can remove tags, you can delete people, you can send review requests, which is a really big one too. So you come in here and ask them to leave you a review. So you can email or SMS a review request and then put in your information in there, and boom. So now they're going to be asked to leave a review. And again, all this stuff is automated because you've put in the business information already, and so it makes it very easy to be able to do that. Again, you can group by, you can add their companies to it, and you can merge. If you got people, let's say, that came in from different things, you can actually merge them into one listing on here, which is a nice feature. I haven't had to use that yet, because this is just one list, so there wouldn't be any duplicates because of that. Down here, if you're using the company list to do like the pipelines, this is where you would do your opportunities and your pipelines. Okay, so you can see like prospects would be here, and contacted, onboarded, etc. So again, with this business, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe in the future, if we start to use this for doing like corporate clients and stuff, because we deal with the general public who just come in or they just book online, so we don't have to, we're not sending out pipeline stuff to get them in here. But maybe for corporate type stuff or schools and things like that, we might start using that. What's also built in here that I didn't mention earlier is payment systems. So you can integrate a payment system and you can accept payments, do invoicing and everything else right from here. So if you're currently paying for QuickBooks Online, you can switch it over to this, and now you don't have to pay your little monthly fee to do the invoicing through QuickBooks, which is really, really nice. And you can see any documents and contracts, your orders, subscriptions, the payment links. If you need to create payment links, you can do that in here. You can see your transactions. You can put in your products. You can add coupons. You got all your settings and your integrations, and the integrations, of course, is the important one here. So you got like Stripe and PayPal and Authorize.net, NMI, Square, manual payments. So all of this can be added in here, which again, for this particular business, we haven't done because it doesn't make sense for them. However, that may change a little bit because the system that they have to use for their normal bookings is really, really bad for selling like physical products. So for instance, if they wanted to sell water, bottled water, their system would be terrible for that. So we might set it up in here so that they're just using a different system for selling those type of physical things. And we'll probably do that through Stripe because we already have the Stripe account for them. So all of that is in here. So payments, a big, big part of this. And again, guys, if you have any questions, because I am just yapping along because I am excited about this, feel free again to put in any questions that you have. And by the way, I can't see who's on here. I can just see numbers. Tiffany, if you're on this morning, say hello just so I know you're here, because I got some questions and some news for you. I know you're usually on here, so just say hello and I'll know you're here. I got some information I got to send you later, and I wanted to see if that video got back to you okay. Now, below this is where we get into the marketing area, and the marketing area is where you can do all that social media stuff that I talked about, which again, this is a very robust social media platform. I've used a lot of tools For one client, we use a program called Plan, Plann. Not a big fan of that one. It does okay, but I don't like the way it does things, and it's missing a lot of stuff. It doesn't have a ton of features. It's expensive. Not a big fan of it. I've used other ones, and some of which I can't even remember the names of anymore. But I use Viral Dashboard is a really particularly good one. But this one here actually has more features in some areas, and I can do things a lot quicker. And then the other one that I use is Bright Social, which again is another one that is really, really good, has a lot of cool features in it. So these two are two of my favorite ones. Now, I will tell you, my good friend Jean Calenda, who most of you guys probably know because she's been on a lot of our interviews and she sells a lot of products. She has a platform and she swears it's the best platform in the world, and she wants to show it to me, but she hasn't shown it to me yet. So we'll keep you up to date on that. But this one is very, very good. And I'll show you exactly why I think this one's so good. Because one, you've got the planner. You've also got the ability to do content in here, okay? And you can check out all of your statistics. So all of that's in here. But what you can do with this, which is really, really neat, is when you come in here and you do a new post, you can actually upload a CSV, and that will have, so for instance, you could put in a whole, like you can see all these that are queued here. It's because I brought them in with a CSV. So you can do the CSV, set it all up, and have months worth of content already put in there. Now, I will tell you, I did the CSV, I set that up. I'm not sure if I would do it again, and I'll tell you why. It has nothing to do with the CSV necessarily being a problem, but I would rather have more control and be able to change things up. So I don't want to do, 3 months worth of stuff, and then, a month and a half later, things change, and you're like, oh man, I wish I hadn't posted that, or what have you. What I typically do now with most of them is I do a week in advance. So on Mondays, I do Tuesday through the next Monday on each of the clients that we have. And that way the information is kind of fresh. If we need to put anything special that's going on, we can do that. And it just really helps out with that. But I want you to see this because this is why this is such a good tool here when we create a post. So we're going to hit create new post. And I'm going to choose this IE right here, which you can see this one's going to go to Google Business Profiles, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn business page, my LinkedIn, and Pinterest, okay? And so what we can do is we can come in here and we can choose to put an image with this. So we go to the image library, and we can choose a past image, which is what I'm going to do now, or you can upload your own. You can hit upload and upload a new one. I'm just going to take one of these ones that we've had in the past. This one here, okay, and you see it drops it in here, and it says escape room tips, communicate effectively, keep the lines of communication, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to give it a post on here. We're going to say communication is always key in an escape room, okay? And we can come down here. They've got hashtags that we've already saved by clicking that, and so boom. I've created this post. I've already got the link in here. I've got the image in here. And what's great about it is because you do all of this right here, you're not, in some of the other tools, what I end up doing is you create your post. Then you go and you say, all right, I want to add it to this one, and I want to add it to this one, and I want to add it to this one, and I want to add it to this. And it's like step by step by step, which is okay, but it takes so much longer. It makes sense in some ways, but it takes forever. This allows you to just boom, you just jump right in and have all your stuff in here ready to go. And by the way, you can see they've got stories and reels, which we can't choose right now because we've got Pinterest and LinkedIn on here. But if we just had Facebook and Instagram, we could set up stories or reels and do that as well, which I often do. You'll also notice it's got the AI feature here too. So you can generate things with AI. You can fix spelling and grammar, etc. Okay? You can make longer, make shorter. Like, let's just hit make longer and see what happens. Give it a second here. As I said, my internet's a little flaky sometimes, plus when we're doing a live video. So you can see, like, it made it much longer, which could be good or bad. I'm not even going to bother reading it right now, just to give you an idea. Okay, so now what's cool about this is not only can you do that, but look what you can do here. You can choose, like, book and put your website in here. if I could type. Okay, and we're going to copy this here for another reason. So now when it posts it to the Google Business Profile, you'll see it has the little book button there, which is really nice. And by the way, you can do your events and your offers in here as well. So if you wanted to do an event, you could do an event in there and set it all up. So let's just do that for the fun of it. The event's going to be on Friday at 12/24. That's fine. End date will be Friday at 7 something. Give it a title here, such as we're going to call it Escape Event. And so now you can see the event shows up in here as we're doing that. But of course, that doesn't affect any of the other ones here, Facebook and whatnot. Now, down here, Pinterest also has some special options. So we can give this a title here. So I'll call this one Communication. And we'll put the website in here. We got to remove that from the front of it, though, just like so, since that's already in there. And we choose the board we want to put it on. Okay? And so now it's going to post to all of these different platforms. You can see these are the two LinkedIns. This is the business page, and this is my personal LinkedIn. And then when we come down here, here's another thing you can do. Follow-up comment. So now we could say, if you're ready to communicate, book a room and save $5 with Escape 5 at checkout. And then we could put the website. And what this is going to do is when it posts to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest, it's going to automatically put this as the first comment immediately. So you get this extra stuff that you do. Now, this is unique to this platform as far as I know. I'm not sure of any other platforms that do that. That's a huge feature that we use quite often. Now, you do have advanced options down here if you want. You can choose categories and tags and whatnot, but we don't need to do that for now. So now I can post this right away, or I can schedule it for, let's say, tomorrow at, let's do 9 whatever a.m. Schedule that post. And so now tomorrow at 9 a.m. it's going to post that. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. You can get your settings in here as well. So this is where you can add in any of your platforms. So you can connect all your socials in here. Okay. Go back out for 1 second here. And again, under the new post, you can upload the CSV. You've got the content AI. You can put in RSS feeds. You can do post reviews, and you can select planner templates. Let's take a look at that. Digital marketing 1080 by 1080, 1080 by 1920. So all of this stuff is in here automatically, which is really, really cool. So you could do a search, dog. No templates found for dog. All right, let's try dentists. Boom. So you got all these posts for dentists, right? Let's take a look at them. I mean, how cool is that? All that's already right in there for you. Now, there's not a ton of them. Oh, Steve says it's a birthday in the hood. Oh, yeah. Yes. Are you talking about me, Steve? It's not my birthday, by the way, but I think I know what he's talking about. If not, I'll talk about that later. Now, the other thing, too, is if you're doing the social media for a business, so let's say I've got a friend, a business that's a dentist, and, oh, it's a beautiful day in the hood. Okay, gotcha. I thought you were talking about something else, which I'm going to say in a minute, which I haven't even told you yet, Steve. So let's say you're working for a dentist and you're going to post stuff. You can actually get their approval on it, automated, and they can look at it. So if you're doing the service for them. Now, the ideal thing would be, just collect your check and have them do it themselves. The only scary thing about that is most people don't. do it themselves. And so if you don't hold their hand a little bit, you may lose them after a while. So just make sure you do that. But yeah, all this stuff is in here. Okay, you can do the RSS feeds, which I know are not as huge a thing as they used to be. But what you can do with this is, let's say that you are a roofer, and there's like a roofing magazine and a website magazine, and they've got an RSS feed. You could actually pull their articles in and plan those out, so that it would post, such and such as article. Okay, I won't get too far into the weeds with that, but basically you have to find the RSS feeds for those different things. In here, so the reviews, okay, so you can post the reviews, Google or Facebook, choose the accounts you want to do it with. So all of that's done in here as well. So there's a lot of features in here. And again, it's not just the social planner stuff. You've got the email campaigns that you can do in here. You got templates that you can set up in here. Trigger links. So again, this would be things that happen when certain things are triggered. Kind of like a if this then that sort of deals there. You got the affiliate manager here if you got an affiliate program, and you've got brand boards here, which we haven't set up on these, but you can do that in here. Now, automations, I'll be honest with you, I have not gotten into the automations too much, but one of my partners in all this, she does a lot of the automations, and there's a lot you can do in here. And I bet if John was on here, he'd be able to tell us, because I bet John does a lot of the automations too, my web guy, because he uses a high level for his clients as well. But you can come in here and you can create different animations, automations. Like this is the missed call text back that I talked about. So if we miss a call, once this is fully set up, this one's not fully set up yet. Once this is fully set up, if we miss a call, it's going to send them a text message. So it's really, really cool as far as that goes. Now, the next section, and this is a big surprise for most people, because with all these other tools, believe it or not, you've got an entire website factory in here. So you can see you can create funnels, which we haven't created any funnels yet, but you can do that. You can create your funnels in here. So you can start off with a new funnel and give it a name. You choose templates. Let's just make one up here, test. Continue. So we can choose a funnel template like this one here, and then just go in and modify it, and boom, you'd have your funnel started. Okay, very, very cool stuff there. Whoops, go back. There we go. Close that out for now. You also can do websites, which you can see we've messed around with the websites a little bit here. So we created a little what's called the communication hub here. It's basically a form for people to fill out. The link in bio. So this would be, if you're not familiar with this, on sites like Instagram, where you can't put a link in your posts that you put out, people go back to your bio and they click your link in bio. This is where you would send them, where it would have like all of your information. So kind of like a link tree. If you know what link tree is, it would kind of be something like that, where you can build that link in bio and have, here's my Facebook, here's my phone number, here's a form to fill, whatever you want to do on that little page. We've also created the privacy in terms of service page here, so that we could do some advertising and whatnot and have it in a place here. And then this here was just messing around, like recreating the page that we have for this business inside here, just to mess around with it, and it basically did almost the exact same page that we had. So it was very cool, very easy to do, which surprised me. Because sometimes these page building softwares are like okay, but some of them are really good. By the way, you can check your stats, your sales, your security, events, settings, all inside of there too. Oh, I skipped stores there. You can build a store in here, okay, which I have not done yet, but we could call this IE store. Again, choose a template, and look at these stores. Just pick one that you want to do. This one here looks cool. So very, very nicely done. Just go in and edit that. By the way, that pause was me trying to read what Steve wrote, which was nonsense as usual. Thanks, Steve. He said Abe Lincoln's bio. Going into here, you got your analytics that you can check out. You can do your blogs in here, which I haven't created any blogs yet, but you can do that in here. If you need to connect with WordPress, you can connect with your WordPress in here as well. You've got your client portal, your dashboard, and, okay. You can do all your settings in here as well. You can create forms. So they got the form builder. You can see I created a couple of forms in here, which, by the way, we're going to use this one in just a moment. Going in here, you can create surveys. This is the survey, by the way, that I sent out to you guys not that long ago. On July 18th, I sent out the survey, which is why we're doing this particular episode right here now, because you guys filled out the survey and you mentioned high level, and I said, well, we got to talk about it. All right, so James said automations are where you create and send your emails from. So let me try to explain this the best I can with this. So what you would do is, in other words, you create your automations, and your automations will connect with the emailing and the texting. So I do my promotional emailing and texting inside of the contacts up here, but in the automations, this is where you can create very specific things like, oh, if they fill out the survey, send an email to them that says X, things like that. And you can send it text, you can send it through email, and that's how you kind of automate that. So the emailing is inside there as well. It's basically, it's the same emailing system. It's just, it brings it up in there when you're doing those particular things. Okay, and I hope that makes sense. I know that was kind of wordy to say that, but so yeah, so you'd create an automation, it would bring up the email, you create your email, and then every time that automation happens, it'll send out the email. And it's not just emails and text, there's a lot of different things you can do, but that's one of the things that it will do, is send that out automatically. You can add chat widgets. Now this is a big thing as well. So you can create all sorts of different widgets, and there's in the higher level one, sorry, I shouldn't say higher level, but the more advanced level that you can purchase, because there is different levels with this. They actually have AI chatbots that will carry on full conversations and things like that. These are the more traditional chatbots where they can answer some predetermined questions and things like that. But very, very useful. So you can see, like right here, we just got a simple one that we were messing with. Hi there, have a question, text us. Very, very simple one. But there's a lot of different ones you can do. And by the way, we didn't use that. We were just messing around with it because for the escape room, the system that does all the bookings and all that also does our website, which has a chatbot on it, which is why we copied that website in here. I'd like to take my website off of their stuff at some point in time, but it's so convenient to just have them do it. It's inconvenient that I can't do a lot of things, but it's convenient that they have control of any issues. Now, the other thing is this has a QR code generation system built right into it too. And so you can come in here and you can create your own QR codes for different things. Like I did this one here for our golf tournament that we're doing. You can change the colors and shapes and do all sorts of things with it if you choose to. But you can do that right here. You can also do your URL redirects in here, which is kind of fun too. So this would be like similar to like a pop links or easy links or pretty links, where you choose your domain like impossiblescapeloganville.com, and then I can put gift, and I could have it linked to a big long link to an Amazon link or something like that. And this is where you'd put the target link in there. Now, it's not as robust as like a pop links or anything, and I use the pop links over this one, but this is something that can be used for that purpose. So instead of having, let's say an affiliate link that's 8 miles long with letters and numbers and everything else, you can now make it be yoursite.com/this. Now, it has to be a subdomain. If you got a website already on your thing, you have to have a subdomain, but it still will work in there for that. Okay. Let me see. Let me go back here. So that's all the different things that are in the sites area. And again, some of those are, it makes pretty good sites. Like my partner in all of this high level stuff, she actually makes all of her websites with this, and it does a really nice job. It surprised me. I'm so used to being like, no, you don't use builders, you do WordPress, but now it does a great job. And there's other programs that do great jobs at that too. So the world has definitely changed. You can have memberships, so you can do like courses and things. You can have products, if you want to create a product in there. Obviously, we don't have that for this particular business because it doesn't make sense. So you can come in here and you can create a whole course. You can create communities with groups. And that would be your own personal group and your own personal community and training courses and things like that in there. So very cool. Is it as robust as Everlesson or School? I haven't really used School, so I can't say too much. No, but it's got a lot in there, and it allows you to do it inside that one package. And it does what you need from most things. And you've also got, this is your storage area where all of your stuff can be stored. Here's your reputation. So this is where you can go in. One, you can connect your Yext in here again, but you can also come in here and you can kind of see how your reputation's doing. Again, you can do the review requests from here. You'll notice it's contact name, information's in there, boop, and you can send that out. And that will ask them to come and leave a review. You can check out the requests that you send, which we haven't from this one. You can see your actual reviews and respond to them in here. You can see we've responded to every single one. Now this is what's cool here. You can actually have the review, the reputation widgets. It never loads. There we go. So you can actually have a widget that you create. Come on. If it ever loads. There we go. And you can do different types of widgets with it. And that way people can see it here. You can do it as a grid, carousel, and then all of that can be embedded. You can add content, the heading and description. You can set the appearance, and then your settings will give you the code and all of that, so you can actually put that into your website, which is very, very cool. Love the fact that you can do that. Yep, that's okay. We don't mind. Now this here, this is for your listings. Again, you can see like Yext popped in there again. So right here you can see it says activate Yext listing for $65 a month. This is because this is an actual business one. When you create, let's say that you get this as an agency and you set up your local plumber to have an account like this, because this is a business account. The agency account's a little bit different, but this is where they can click on this to activate Yext if they want. Now you can do that for them and set that all up, but if they're just going through this and they see this, they can actually click on this and get it for $65 a month. Yext is only charging $30, so you're going to make $35 off of this. Okay, so that's where this comes in here. That's really, really good. You can do the business scans if you want, if you've ever seen one of those. And then over here you got your settings once again. Now, this is actually a cool thing here because I've got this turned off, and I'll tell you why I've got it turned off. For the escape room, we are really, really, really good at responding to reviews. If somebody leaves a review, we typically respond within seconds, and I'm not joking when I say that. There's never a day goes by where we don't respond to a review. Most businesses are not like that. You can actually set up AI for your reviews here. So suggestive, this will help articulate the review responses. This here will completely automate them. And what that means, I'm going to turn it back off here. I did have this on, and I was a little bit faster than it was. So I would post my response, and then it would try to post a response. But what this basically does is, let's say that you get a review, a 5-star review from Jan, and Jan says, I came to the escape room, I played Camp Crystal Lake and thought it was the greatest thing ever. I love the fact that Ray took care of us really well. Well, the AI is gonna read, however if you can call it reading, is going to read that review, and it's going to write the response for you and post that response automatically. And that response is going to say something like, hey Jan, we're so glad that you came in on Saturday and that you liked Camp Crystal Lake. Ray will be happy to hear that you thought he treated you guys well. We hope to see you again soon. So it's going to use what they wrote as if a human being read it and wrote a real response back. So that's what's really cool about that. And for most businesses, that would be an excellent thing. Again, you got your review links here. You can do requests here. You can do email requests here. And you can set up a QR code for those requests, which we already have. We don't have it set up in here, but we've already had that up for years before we did this. But you can create that in here and then have a QR code that will automatically do that. Here you've got your reporting. This is just going to give you all of the different clicks and conversions and impressions and all of that right inside of here. If you're running ads, it's going to give you the CPCs and whatnot. So you can see like here, 175,000 impressions, 21,000 clicks, 7,000 conversions. Boom. And so all that can be done in here. So if you're doing ads, you can do that right here. That's Google. Here's Facebook ads is in here as well. Okay. Got your attribution reports. You got your call reports if you got that set up, which we don't. And then agent reports here. And appointment reports, obviously we don't do those types of things, so that doesn't really apply to us there. Now the last thing in here is the marketplace. The marketplace allows you to add other things to this. So for instance, Padlock Pay, Shippo is a shipping integration system, link to checkout. So there's tons and tons of different ones in here that you can add to your platform. Now, some of these are paid, some of these are not. Some you can see some say free trial, some say paid, some say free trial, some say free. So it just depends on which one you want to use, but there is a lot of different ones that are in there, and they're broken down by categories, as you can see here. So like calling. So you can see Voice Genie and Newcom and Voice Validator and Alloware. So all of these can be put into there. Content management systems, no apps found there anyway. Advertising, accounts and payments. So there's just different types of things in there that you can add to that. And then in our case here, this bottom one is just a support page, so people can ask questions and things like that. So that is the basics of high level. I can't believe I got through all that in a little bit less than an hour so far. So as you can see, this does a ton of things. And by the way, it does more than I said there, because there's a lot of things that I haven't really used yet that that this will do that could definitely add even more functionality to this as you're doing it. So if you got any questions, throw them out there now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a link here in just a moment. Because if you are an agency or you are a business on here right now and you want to learn more about this, see if it's something that you could use for your agency, see if it's something that would work for your business, which quite honestly could work for any business. I'm not sure of any business where it wouldn't work. But let me put in here a link so that what you can do with this link, this is just a basic form. And what this link will do is it will allow you to get your information to us, and then we can follow up with you. So I'm getting my shortened link here. Give me 1 second. Copy link. There we go. So I'm going to put that into the chat here as well. It's in the description of this video as well. Oh, error. Try again. Okay. Apparently it's not going to let me post it. What the heck is going on here? You see. I am having errors posting to chat. Well, of course I am. All right. Well, we'll do it the old-fashioned way then. Whatever. So I'm going to tell you the link because I already shortened it. So the link for this, since it won't let me put it in one, again, it's in the description. So if you go down the description, it's going to be right there. But the actual link that we created is mainstreetbusinessstrategies.com/go high level. Like I said, I'm not sure why it's not letting me post on there. It's very strange. And it's not the link. It wouldn't let me post anything. Error, try again. Very weird. Very, very weird. Let me, give me 1 second, guys. What I'm going to do is, actually, I'll do it right in front of you, because why not? We're going to go into world is going on today? Wonder if it logged me out or something. It did. It logged me out. Of course it did. Like, why is that not working? Yeah, I hit sign in. All right, here's the... I love it. And then it randomly logs me into a totally different account. Gotta love you, Google. Gotta love you. Oh, look, my actual account's not even logged in at all anymore, the one I use all day long. Unbelievable. I think they do this just to make things difficult. All right. So again, if you got any questions on there, throw them out. I will be glad to answer them for you. There we go. YouTube Studio. Live. Let's actually go out to the live page here. See how it's going. Oh, there we are. We are live. So let me see if I can chat in here. I know, I'm trying to. There we go. So for whatever reason, inside the actual YouTube Studio thing, it was not letting me. It was letting me post earlier because I wrote good morning and what a beautiful day and all that. Well, there you go. So that's the link there. So all you have to do is if you click on that, it's just going to take you to a very simple survey, which, by the way, was created in High Level. So just put your name, email, phone, and then put whether you are a business like a dentist, a plumber, a doctor, a lawyer, or if you're an agency. Just mark that off so that we know. Put the name of the business, and then any info that you want to put down there, you can. If you want to tell us about yourselves or, give us your blood type, whatever you want to do, you can put in there. And then that will go to us, and then we'll be able to speak with you guys more on that. Because, I mean, honestly, this is for local business purposes. And I'm going to switch my thing off here. Hold on. Go back to my pretty face for this part. So this, with High Level, I've been absolutely blown away by it. I've known about it for a long time, and I kind of ignored it, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm like, whatever. But what ended up happening was my intern, John, his mother, she actually started to use High Level and started working with clients. And John came to me and says, "Hey, do you want to help out with this?" And I'm like, yeah, let's look at it. And so now we're knee deep in this thing because it is awesome. And as an agency, to be able to run what we just did there, that was a client page, that was a client account there. But to have an agency with multiple clients in there, to manage all those clients and to manage our own stuff, and as an agency, you're getting that for depending on what you get, $400 to $500, and then you're able to bring in clients who are getting all that value for $300 to $500 a month. I mean, it's incredible. It's an amazing deal. If you're an agency, it's an absolutely incredible deal. If you're a business owner looking to manage your stuff or have somebody manage your stuff, it's an amazing deal. And like what we do as an agency is typically we offer the website. So if you don't have a website or if you got a bad website or an old website, we'll make you the new website as part of the setup fee because we do charge a setup fee usually. We'll connect all of your social media stuff into there. We'll set up your reputation stuff in there, and we'll get it all running for you. And you've got two options. You can run it yourself, or we can run it for you. Just depends on what you want to do. And as an agency owner, here's what's great about this. And for those of you that are business owners, I'm revealing more than I should probably. But you'll understand. I get it. So if you're an agency owner, you're keeping 100% of that money. So you're not collecting, let's say, $400 from a local business and giving $200 of it to High Level. That's not how it works. I mean, yes, you're paying High Level every month to have the agency access, but if you got 20 clients and you're charging them all $400, you're keeping every penny of that. So what that means is you have the ability to, for that price, provide some service without being like, oh, I can't provide service. I'm not making enough per sale of the software. Because typically, if you sell a $300 software, you might make $100 the first time and then maybe, $20 to $50 every month afterwards. How much service can you provide for that? But when in this, if you're charging them $300, $400, you're keeping 100% of that, which means that you can provide some service. And for very little more, you could provide more service. And I can tell you, And I wish my buddy John was on here because he could tell you this too. He switched to Go High Level and it completely changed his business. And the reason is, when I'm in a small town. I go to the local plumber, the local insurance agent, the local this or that, and I say, hey, we want to do your marketing for you. Well, how much does it cost? Well, we do social media. The social media is $700, and we do some video marketing, and that's another $700 per month, and we'll do this, and that's $700 per month. But if you do all three at the same time, we'll do it for $1,200 or whatever. You can do those kinds of things, and they're going to look at you funny. They're going to say, I can't afford to spend $1,200 or $1,500 or $2,000 a month. I'm a tiny little business. I can afford to spend $500 a month, $400 a month, $600 a month. Well, now you can provide all that we showed today for that much lower cost. Just so you guys know, in case you haven't used it yet, the text message marketing is an addition to that. Not a fee, but depending on how many text messages you send out, you'll be your account will be charged for that. The business's account will be charged for that. Depending on how many emails you send out, they'll be charged for that. So we're talking, pennies. But let's say if you sent out 1,000 text messages, you're going to be charged a fraction of a penny on each one of those. So you do have to understand that the businesses will be charged for that in addition to their monthly fee. But they get all that built in there. And for most people, unless they're sending thousands of emails and thousands of text messages, it's going to be pretty small amounts. James says, Go High Level is the most advanced SaaS on earth. Plus, don't tell, but you can import ClickFunnels. Yes, you definitely can. That is definitely something you can do. It is a very, very powerful SaaS platform. Is it the most powerful one on earth? I don't know. Maybe it is. It's definitely up there. But so James, I assume you already use High Level. Is that correct? And now we got to wait the delay because I know there's a short delay on YouTube live here. Like I said, but if James is using it, he's probably been using it more than I have, and he's probably laughing at me, my limited knowledge of things so far. Yes. Oh, nice. Well, that's good to know. We'll have to connect or something because one of the things so like I said, I've got a couple of partners on this that we do the local marketing things with, but we also have a partner at the higher level. I keep saying higher level. We have another partner up above that we're doing a lot of the selling it to agencies and things like that. So we're going to be doing a lot of training. Like we actually last Saturday we shot a whole bunch of the intros to videos on how to do the different things so that as we get clients, we can have a portal for them to go in and learn about what we're doing. And so we're putting those together right now. But yeah, as you can see, and Steve, you're on here, we're going to be getting this hopefully implemented on a bunch of clients shortly, right? Hopefully, maybe. So we got one that we got to get him actually finished onboarding him. I was still learning the platform, but we started on board one client, and we got to finish that up there because he's got certain things that we're going to be doing. But hopefully we'll get more of them on there. So, all right, any last-minute questions? Because I know we're hitting up on the end of the hour, so let me know if you got any questions. And if not, we'll get you guys out of here for another week, and I appreciate you guys coming out and joining us for this because it is a really, really good little platform to talk about. And for those of you that are joining us later and you're not live, you can still put comments in the chat. We will get those comments. You can always reach out to me. I'm glad to answer any questions that you have. So, James. Okay, so James said he is an agency access member, so even better. So yeah, he knows the intricacies of that. Which, by the way, I'm still learning more about the agency level of it as well because I'm starting to learn the actual business. Well, I know it pretty well now, and we know some of the agency level stuff, but I'm still trying to figure out all the things in there and learn all the things because I keep running into new things. I'm like, I didn't even know it did this. So I keep finding things all the time that are in there that most businesses probably don't use all the time. But All right, so with that, we're going to end this for today. We thank you guys for coming out. Again, if you're watching this as a replay, if you got questions, put them in the chat. I'll be glad to answer them for you. Plus, if you're watching this, more than likely you know how to reach out to me in other ways, so feel free to do that. Message me on Facebook, or you probably have my phone number. You can always text or call me, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and we're going to take it out of here with our good friend Tim McMorris with another rendition of Beautiful Day. Here we go, folks.
The sun shines bright as it moves across my face. I feel the light and everything is in its place. Oh, I woke up feeling great. Today was made for me, and life is good the way it should, the way it was meant to be. And it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. The wind is blowing, the bells are ringing, children playing in the park while birds are singing. I am walking, and I am laughing, Life is perfect, I'm not trying, it's just happening.